Thanks for joining our state PTA leadership meeting. I'm Jim Accomando, the National PTA President. I'd like to welcome everyone on the call for joining us, and thank you. On this call, we'll discuss the National PTA proposed dues increase. I've got the officer team with me. So presenting with me will be Leslie Boggs, our President-elect, Denise Schultz, our Secretary-Treasurer, Anna King, our Vice President of Membership, and Marcus Ivey, our Vice President of Advocacy. So for the agenda, we'll make a brief presentation to you on the amount of the proposed dues increase. After that presentation, we will answer several questions that the Board of Directors have already received over the past few months from many of you in the field. So let's get started. While membership unfortunately continues to decline, our robust and ongoing resource development efforts have shored up some of our financial gaps. However, these stopgaps are short-term. To ensure that we have the resources to support our important mission, National PTA Board of Directors has proposed a membership dues increase that will be brought to a vote at the 2019 National PTA Convention. Leslie?
Last year at NCAC, we heard from the state presidents the importance of investing in the bright future of PTA. Currently, National PTA receives $2.25 of your PTA dues, with more than 70% of the amount going towards valuable programs and services. A proposed dues increase will help us invest in the requested volunteer training, such as State President, President-elect's training that we'll see at LegCon and National Convention, as well as a membership growth campaign, which includes a comprehensive marketing campaign, as well as a brand protection and enhancement.
The Board of Directors of National PTA is supporting a proposal to raise our dues by $1.50. This proposal, if passed by the delegates, amounts to a total of $3.75 in National PTA dues. Membership in the National PTA is one of the most valuable investments that you can make in a child's life. Should delegates approve this proposed dues increase, National PTA annual dues will amount to roughly 31 cents per month, or approximately 1 penny per day. On January 10th, a dues increase webpage went live on our National PTA homepage. At this site, you'll be able to link to several marketing materials to assist you as you inform your membership. These materials will include flyers that outline the $1.50 dues increase, as well as demonstrate the lasting value of PTA. At this page, all of you can provide feedback and ideas. We encourage all of you to share your thoughts and recommendations. Denise?
We really need your help. This process is critical to the success of National PTA and all PTAs nationwide, and it's of utmost importance to the association to ensure that all members are at the table to be a voice and help involve this investment proposal. We ask all of you to go to the webpage and let us know your thoughts. Provide feedback. Please attend the March 14th Town Hall at the March 2019 Legislative Conference, and please distribute the information.
Each and every one of you are the lifeblood of this great association. We know that communicating a dues increase to our membership can be challenging, but we will call on you to help us. We believe that this is a positive step in the right direction.
I agree, Anna. I am certain that our coordinated dedication to this investment effort will sustain us as the oldest and largest children's advocacy association. With more members, we will have a louder chorus of voices. I know that we can count on all of you.
As I previously mentioned, the Board of Directors and Dues Increase Working Group has received several questions from the field about the proposed increase, and we have compiled the most frequently asked questions to address on this call. And Anna, I think you've got that first question.
I do. How do we communicate the dues increase to our families? The proposed dues increase amounts to roughly 31 cents per month per member. That is equal to a penny a day. We are committed to making membership accessible to all families and children. In fact, many of our grant programs are geared towards both schools and families that are in need. In addition, National PTA invests more than 70% of our revenue in programs and services to directly assist our members. As with anything in life, our cost to continue to provide the level of service our members expect has gone up while national dues have not changed in more than 7 years. PTA dues are also some of the very lowest in the nation in comparison to all associations that will not change even with the proposed $1.50 dues increase. Families should feel confident that PTA membership is an investment that will pay many dividends now and in the future.
Hey, Anna, great question and answer. I'm going to answer the one that's been asked about why doesn't the National PTA rely more on non-dues revenue? National PTA always wants to preserve its independent voice and autonomy in speaking for parents in the education space. Our dues revenue creates financial independence to serve America's families in a way that no others can. When we discover financial partners who embrace our mission and goals, we're happy to partner with them, and you see those partnerships across the association. For every dollar we raise from dues revenue, we raise another 37 cents in non-dues revenue. National PTA has invested resources in growing non-dues revenue, and we could potentially grow by more than 12% during fiscal year 19. But there's some things to consider. There are organizational risks associated with non-dues revenue. If you follow economic predictions, you know they're predicting a downturn in the market. During downturns in the economy, many sources of a non-dues revenue, such as corporate giving, dry up. In the 2008 recession, associations that were overly reliant on non-dues revenue saw major losses. In addition, in the previous recession, many associations lost 25 to 50% of the value in their portfolios, their only buffer for their rainy days. Marcus, would you like to carry on the next question?
Sure, I have the next question, and it was asked of us, can the membership vote to delay the implementation of the dues increase or reduce the proposed amount of the increase? Simple answer is yes. The convention delegates can amend the board of directors' proposal subject to parliamentary rules. Delegates may approve a larger or smaller amount, and they may also change the implementation date. However, we all should note, should the delegates delay the timing of implementation past the 2020 convention, that revenue cannot be planned on, as the 2020 convention could reverse a previous decision. This year's delegation cannot tie the hands of the next year's delegation. Any implementation date prior to the 2020 convention would be binding. Now, should the amount or implementation date be changed, the board of directors would be required to eliminate planned improvements to our association and or make cuts to create a balanced budget. The investment in the future success of National PTA is always in the hands of the delegates.
So I think the next question is mine.
That is correct.
Will we experience a larger membership decline with an increase in dues? So we've looked and researched the data, and regarding the impact of a dues increase on membership is inconclusive because we cannot isolate a single issue as a cause for any membership growth or decline. And I know some of you feel differently, but there are certainly have been cases where a state dues increase was followed by a larger than normal membership decline. National PTA also experienced a larger decline in the year following its last dues increase. However, from 2006 to 2018, the 28 state congresses that had increased their dues lost only 35% of their membership over a 12-year period, which is not great, we get it, versus the state congresses that did not have a dues increase, who lost 42% of their membership during the same time period. We do not believe that there is a direct concern that members will not renew because they cannot afford $1.50 more. But there are variables that can impact how well a dues increase is received. And again, it's all about perceived value of who we are. So here's some things to think about. The stronger the opposition to a dues increase prior to adoption, the greater is the likelihood that membership decline after adoption. It's about communication. Also, the communication method that explains the increase can also affect the impact on membership numbers. What we do know from states is that the response to their dues increase was widely varied, and we believe how they communicated their increase was as important as the actual increase itself. Remember, communicating our value will be key to our success in next year's membership campaign.
So I'll take the next question, and it reads, how does the National PTA dues structure compare to other similar nonprofits? So currently, each National PTA member pays yearly dues of $2.25 to the National PTA. The current proposal would increase this yearly amount to $3.75. Should the delegates approve the proposed dues increase, National PTA annual dues will amount to roughly 31 cents per month, and as we mentioned before, that's about a penny a day. A National PTA membership remains both a reasonably priced and valuable investment in a child's success. And just to let you know, many of our peer group associations who are membership also begin at about $25 or $30. So we're still a great, great value. Denise, I think you've got the next question.
I do. And this is a question that I'm always going to ask when someone's asking me for more money is, what have you done to streamline the budget? And every year, ongoing losses in membership have required reductions in expenditures. For example, this year, a membership decline of around 5% has adversely affected our association's money dues, generating less revenue than the prior year. To be more specific, about $600,000 less revenue came in to support our work. Since 2015, National PTA has engaged in multiple cost-saving and operational efficiencies that continue to save the association hundreds of thousands of dollars each year. At the beginning of this association term, your volunteer leaders identified and cut more than $100,000 from the fiscal year budget for the 2017-2018 year and have applied cost-cutting measures to every expense impacting the budgets of all governance volunteer activities. Staff further reduced financial commitments by $150,000. Most recently, National PTA reduced governance expenses from the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2018 by $164,000. For fiscal year 2018-2019, an additional $400,000 of proposed spending was then identified and cut across the board. We have studied and will continue to study our organization's efficiency compared to other associations. In fiscal year 2017-18, we completed an internal audit of the organization's efficiency to assess how National PTA compares to other associations. In fiscal year 2018-19, we engaged an external firm to complete a capacity study to assess whether National PTA is appropriately sized and resourced to effectively complete our mission. The study was completed in December of 2018, and the results showed that National PTA was right-sized compared to similar associations. In fiscal year 2019-20, we'll undertake a new study to assess our governance capacity, which would include the board, committees, and other volunteer leadership, to once again compare our expenditures to similar organizations. We know good fiscal leadership constantly reviews expenses and income as part of creating a strong financial future that will outlast all of us. We are committed to being a good steward of every membership dollar.
Does National PTA have a plan in the event the proposed dues increase is not successful? So here's the deal. I'll be your incoming president. Will this break my heart if we lose this dues increase? Yes, it will. And the reason it'll break my heart is because you will not get the services that you need so badly. It'll break my heart because we won't be able to support our children and families of this great nation the way we should be able to. It'll break my heart because the comprehensive marketing plan that we need so badly, we won't be able to do it as effectively as we would like to. I need you to join with us in this dues increase plan. We need to make this happen because our association needs to be as great as we can be. So please join us in this dues increase. Help us be the association we can be. We need it. So the next question is mine too. I'm so excited. So what other resources will be made available to state leaders to assist with communicating the proposed dues increase and implementation plan? So there's going to be additional resources coming at you continuously between now and convention. So always check everything out. There'll be a link to PTA.org's. Remember that feedback portal, it's all there. There's lots of flyers, lots of diagrams, there'll be a video. I think probably at the end of the day, you'll have more information than you'll ever need to make sure that you can communicate about this dues increase effectively. But I'm going to close with this thought. Remember what we said earlier. This is, to me and all of us sitting here as officers, this is not about the $1.50. This is really about communicating our value as an association. So join with us, and if we can't get or you need more, just let us know. Because we are PTA, and we are the voice for every child. Thank you.
So I want to thank the officer team for being part of the webinar. It's great that we do this all together. I want to thank everyone who participated on the call this evening, and to let you know that this is a continuing dialogue that we'll be having from now through convention, with a variety of opportunities to actually make sure that your voices are heard. Our next President's Call, Leadership Call, will actually be on Wednesday, February 13th at 7 p.m. East Coast time. So that'll be our next opportunity to speak. Good luck. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.